Hello. So Andrew Plush's show FNAF Plush Season 3 has wrapped up recently and here I am to review it. I binged the first 3 episodes after they were already released just because I'd rather not wait for episodes to release. I just watched the final 2 episodes this morning, so here are my thoughts on the season. Episode 1 starts right after the movie with a prison cellmate that shared a jail cell with quite a few of the Fazbears, has escaped prison and knocked out the guards. This guy does not show up for the rest of the episode, so I'm sure it's setting up something else that we'll see later. But it is then revealed that the guard is actually the president and wants to take in the Fazbears for questioning due to something suspicious that held Chip said in his time in prison. We are then followed with a scene of the Fazbears holding a funeral for all the friends that they lost in their attempt to take down Springtrap. Freddy being the face and leader of the group and holding this ceremony got me thinking that he's finally becoming better and being more mature. This funeral was interesting at certain times. You have Bonnie singing yet another song, only this time it's more of a respectful tribute to their friends, just sung in the worst way I could have imagined. For some reason it felt disrespectful. Bonnie is also getting closer with Vanny as we can see Vanny switch seats to be with him and Bonnie comforting her and hugging her. It's pretty obvious they will end up together. We are now introduced to a new character, who goes by Greg. He lets himself in their house without a warrant and escorts them from their funeral service for questioning. That can't be legal. The Fazbears then are asked if they know anything about Springtrap. The Fazbears don't want to risk Springtrap knowing they're alive, so they deny knowing him, in the worst way possible. This next scene of them playing stupid, well specifically Freddy, goes on for like 5 damn minutes. I get it's just a comedy bit, but come on, this just makes him look like a retarded ape. He switches his story every 5 seconds. But anyways, the giraffe is not playing dumb and comes to the conclusion to take Springtrap in. They are then presented with an eerie safety video, presenting precautions in order to remain safe during the apocalypse. This basically indicating that this apocalypse is really happening and they're in it for the long haul. The next section of this episode is a recap of the entire year they spent in this apocalypse. I enjoyed it. We now see Freddy trying to hit on Puppet. It's pretty random, but I went with it. Also knowing the fact that Freddy is dating Vanny. No surprise coming from Freddy, though. Freddy then also proceeds to make sexist jokes right in front of his girlfriend. Then Freddy has the audacity to complain that their relationship wasn't going well. His dumb bitch ass should have saw the breakup coming. She went to Bonnie, which is the relationship I thought worked best since the start of the show. But anyways, after the recap of their year, we are introduced to a new character, Phantom Foxy. Phantom Foxy is related to Foxy, and was fired from the government for tampering with the Fazbears' food package. He then knocks on their door asking to live there, which the Fazbears agree since he's family. He can also fly, which is weird, but Phantom Foxy actually knew Springtrap and explains that he was originally supposed to be his partner in crime. He also explained some of Springtrap's backstory, explaining that a magical doctor revived him with a special substance. It is also explained that the special substance, or remnant, can be used against Springtrap to kill him. They plan on spying on Springtrap to find potential weaknesses, plans, and whatever. Everyone else plans to get Remnant to revive their group again, so basically attempting to start up their plan again to kill Springtrap. Overall, this episode was a great way to start the season. We saw the aftermath of the battle with Springtrap, a recap of the year they've spent in the apocalypse, and a plan that sets up the rest of the season. Also, Phantom Foxy is a great addition to the group. Great start. I was excited for more. Off the bat, we get a warning screen. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. The fuck? But anyways, we see what happens during the questioning of Springtrap. They ask him one question, which he answers it saying nope. They immediately let him leave, which I find super sketch. They brought him all that way to ask him one question that he denies. And they still, without proof, are trying to convict Springtrap of ending the world, which then they proceed to illegally stalk Springtrap without any warrants. What's up with this government? But the Fazbears are ready and determined to complete their missions. All of them are equipped with weapons and set off to leave, although I guess we needed a comedy bit of Freddy yet again, complaining about the dumbest shit. He complains that he is provided something other than Kool-Aid. Instead of leaving to start finding ingredients, we have this douche throwing juice at the wall and complaining like he's a 5-year-old. Bonnie and Vanny, on the other hand, left the house to go look for electric plants or whatever it's called. They are looking in various homeless shelters for some reason. Phantom Foxy and Puppet get to Springtrap's base and step on a twig on the way in. Springtrap notices this, a monster is notified and goes after these two, and Phantom Foxy attempts to shoot the monster but shoots the wall and it bounces back to his leg, injuring him. Great job. The monster also found their hiding spot due to one of the FBI agents that was already spying on him. We return to Freddy's perspective with Toy Bonnie killing monsters. It seems that they are struggling to find flesh. Toy Bonnie gets them caught in an entire stampede of monsters, forcing them to take a break inside. We are then followed by filler, which is fine in a lot of cases, but I was more interested in the other missions rather than Freddy being a fucking asshole for the 100th time. We come back to Bonnie and Vanny, which they are looking in a homeless shelter for electric shit. I don't know why they chose this place, but it ended up introducing them to a new character, whose name is Frank. He looks exactly like Freddy with rosy cheeks and upgraded everything. They call him Toy Freddy. Toy Freddy is trying to get sleep while Bonnie continues to annoy him. This ends up turning into an altercation all caused by Bonnie. At this point in the episode I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. You have Freddy inside their house forcing his friends to do what he says, and then, out of all people, Bonnie beating up a homeless guy for the fun of it. And by the way, he slaps his new girlfriend, which is completely random and ridiculous. I'm taken out of the episode and confused by this point. But apparently, and out of complete fear, Toy Freddy joins Bonnie after he points an explosive gun at his face. Why does Bonnie feel like a villain right now? Out of nowhere, one of the nicest characters turns evil. For what? The episode is slowly going on a spiral downhill path. We switch back to Phantom Foxy's perspective and he is reunited with Springtrap. This is the highlight of the episode, them fighting after meeting again after years. The most evil I've seen Springtrap in a while. Puppet then distracts Springtrap with a risky gunshot, which could have got her caught. Springtrap assumes it was another FBI agent and looks around, giving Phantom Foxy the opportunity to escape. I enjoyed this scene a lot because it shines a new light on Springtrap. Because he actually is super manipulative in the arguments he makes about why he did what he did to the world. But anyways, he kills the FBI agent that was spying on him, thinking it was him that made the gunshot, and they fly away without any new information besides that Springtrap is too powerful. We're back to Freddy's perspective, and long story short, they kill sick kids in the hospital because they couldn't see any flesh on the little amount of time that they were out looking. This episode is doing justice in destroying these characters and making them look like scumbags. Freddy gets caught by Greg, who then later finds out one of the victims was his son, who just died. Freddy, Toy Bonnie, and Pig Patch are the biggest idiots of the show. This is a new low. What the fuck is the point when they didn't even get the bodies after? But the episode ends off with Freddy meeting Toy Freddy and then going to a black screen. Overall, this is the worst episode as far as character development goes. Completely random tragedies caused by some of the best characters. I'm hoping these characters can be saved in the next episode. A sad message going out to the victims and families of the hospital shooting, which was caused by the Fazbears. This starts the episode and Greg is rightfully grieving the loss of his son, and wants revenge. But Freddy meets Toy Freddy, and since he is very egotistical, he is offended at everyone thinking Toy Freddy is a cool guy. Freddy makes it his goal to manipulate the group into thinking Toy Freddy is a bad person, which works, but then doesn't work. Freddy receives the worst backlash he's ever received, and basically leaves to go solo. This is no surprise from Freddy though, so I don't know why everyone is shocked. But Greg comes, and shoots him in the head while the Fazbears watch. This honestly makes sense, because why would they risk their lives to save someone that treats them badly? But then again, it is sad because Freddy might be a bad friend a lot of the time. Letting him die is messed up. I get that he killed sick kids, which is super idiotic, but his mindset was in the right place. He's trying to save people, but did it in the worst way possible. But the episode ends with him getting shot. Overall, the episode was actually pretty good, just a bit filler with the whole Toy Freddy segment. The episode starts with Greg being fired, and Freddy surviving but in critical condition. The Fazbears end up having a heart and they let him in, and take care of him. They put everything aside and get back to their plan. They figure out what they did wrong and get right back to it. Bonnie and Vanny joins the Flesh group and everything is set. Also, Bonnie and Vanny are still together even after what happened. I know that Bonnie apologized and he was letting his emotions about the apocalypse get to him. I assume that's what all the Fazbears were going through in the second episode. It starts making sense. But anyways, Toy Bonnie is a drill sergeant now. Honestly, some entertaining filler that I didn't mind. Phantom Foxy is now being hunted down, making it harder for them to not get caught. So that makes Phantom Foxy go in alone so that Puppet doesn't risk getting caught and Springtrap finding out she's alive. He goes in and finds Diary of a Wimpy Kid's books, that I assumed had something vital inside them, because it had action-packed music and ended right there. I liked the episode. It was fun and got the Fazbears back on the right track. This episode was my favorite so far. We are immediately revisited by the prison inmate, still curious on what that is building up to. I like the scene of him though. Phantom Foxy reveals that the books are Springtrap's journals in disguise and might actually be useful, so he gets them one by one. The Fazbears get flesh from a dying man in the middle of nowhere. This guy was in the Fingrels movie, so it was a nice little cameo. They take the flesh out, and to kill time, they go back to their old pizza shop. I like this scene because of Vanny. We start finding out that Vanny has always had a good heart and wasn't exactly agreeing with Springtrap when she was working with him. Vanny and Freddy start to bond again, and honestly Freddy is becoming more enjoyable. I think after being kicked out of his own house, that humbled his ass. All the characters are slowly becoming likable again. The Fazbears are then presented with a problem, being a monster inside the pizza place, and no guns. Vanny outruns the monsters and goes outside and kills it. It then follows with a heartfelt scene of all the Fazbears hugging. Phantom Foxy battles it out with Springtrap again, but this time the stakes are higher. They take it outside the base and Phantom Foxy is on the verge of dying before Springtrap getting the idea to use him as a backup tool. He forces Phantom to show him where the books are. This scene was perfectly built up. The suspense of Springtrap walking through the house while the Fazbears are literally in the other room about to revive their entire group. They are now face to face. Chilling moment. One of my favorite moments in the entire series, and that leads into the new movie coming this summer. I couldn't think of a better way to end off the series and I'm hyped for the movie. This movie is being marketed as the final movie in the Plush saga, so I'm really interested to see how this entire story ends off. That last episode was perfect in my opinion. Nothing was really wrong with it. Overall, the season was pretty damn good. Apart from some terrible character choices, random filler, and confusing plot points, it was way more good moments than bad moments. This season does make me realize that I miss a lot of the characters that are dead now. I'm hoping they come back. But yeah, that was my review for the season. I know a lot of Andrew's fans like watching my reviews, which is why I do them. I'll see you guys when this movie comes out. Bye everyone.